Hope you can all hear me okay. If you can't, then something in the chat box that says speak up a little louder. For those of you who don't know me yet, I am a research agronomist for Aqua-Yield. I work closely with Landon Bunderson, our Chief Science Officer, to conduct and organize our trial program. And today I'm going to go over sort of a snapshot of NanoPro, just tell you what it's all about and showcase some of the trials that we've had success with this year. I don't think we've ever not had a success with NanoPro, but some of the most exciting things that we've seen this year. All right, so here we have the label for NanoPro. The only thing that's on the label is humic acids. That's just a carrier for our nanotechnology and our proprietary blend that doesn't have to be on the label, and that we are always making sure is the best technology available. The application rate is 4 ounces to the acre across most applications, and you can mix NanoPro with herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides. And the best mixing instructions that we have, and we have replicated this, is to add your water to the tank first, then add your NanoPro, mix that well, and that lets the nanoparticles disperse throughout the solution where they can be reactive with whatever product you then add after that. All right. First, I want to showcase a couple older trials, but these are university replicated trials that really gave us a first indication that we could really improve the efficacy of herbicides. This one is with Escalade 2 herbicide, which has 2,4-D fluroxypyr, it's hard to pronounce that one, and dicamba. Here we have 3 reduced rates. So we had a 100% field rate, a 60% rate, and a 30% rate. And what we saw is when we added NanoPro with the Escalade herbicide, we improved the percent kill of weeds in broadleaf weeds in the grass area, and by about 30%. And that we really see when we reduce the rate. At 100% rate, we end up killing the weeds mostly, so you can't see the difference, but at a reduced rate, it really starts to show. Again, a university trial with glyphosate, we improved the efficacy of the herbicide 60% here, and what was cool about this study is we took measurements over time, and even sooner after application, we saw NanoPro was killing this white clover better than the regular product alone sooner, and then at the end, we had an overall better weed kill. Now going out into the field, this is from 2018. Here's a photo of a field that was treated with glyphosate and glyphosate plus NanoPro on the right. You can see the difference. It does look more burned down. Our regional manager there said that the weeds were a lot more crispy as you walk through the field, and we did pay for a follow-up tissue test where the lab was able to confirm that we got about 25% higher of the glyphosate molecule into the plant. And so that was just a nice confirmation of what we see time and time again. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. Also, another one here is some photos from Willard Ag in Delaware, and this is a mare's tail weed, which is pretty tough to control, and they were doing a study here where they mixed some different combinations of herbicides together, trying to get the best weed kill. Where they added NanoPro, they saw the best burn down of that mare's tail. Here's another one with glyphosate, and this is a globe sedge, which is also a very tough to control weed. This is also a reduction of the overall field application rate. So we have on the left 2 quarts per acre of the Helisate, and on the right we have 1 quart per acre Helisate plus NanoPro. And what they saw was a better and a good effective weed kill even at half the application rate. We have had a few questions about Roundup Ready crops and if we're improving the efficacy of the herbicide, is it going to affect the non-target plants more? And so here's a couple neat pictures from Dave Dixon down in Arizona. Here's some Roundup Ready corn where they sprayed their herbicide blend with NanoPro. The weeds burned down great. They reported it was some of the best weed control they've gotten. And the corn is unaffected and growing happily. It's also pigweed and field bindweed, which are very tricky to control. And they're pretty dead. Here's some Roundup Ready alfalfa growing through some dead pigweed laying down. So the alfalfa looks really good and is growing great. The weeds are dead. So just to showcase that. Okay, fungicides. Fungicides are a little bit of a new territory for us with NanoPro. We have combined NanoPro with so many different products. We were very confident going in, but this year we're going to have some really nice hard data that shows us improving fungicide efficacy. So here's some photos from up in Wisconsin from a research facility there. The standard blend you can see is down at the bottom left. That's the tank mix that they're using. And we're comparing a standard versus standard plus NanoPro. The final data is not in on this as far as yield and things, but these initial photos look really interesting. There was 4 replications, so I'm going to show you a bunch of photos. So on the left will be the grower standard, on the right is the standard plus NanoPro, and we're looking for blight symptoms, so the defoliation and kind of sparseness in the plants would be the indication of disease there. So we see a little bit more on the left. Here's replications 2 and 3. Replication 2, you can see that we do have a little bit of disease in the NanoPro plot, not nearly as much as the left. Same with replication 3, which looks like we're almost disease-free with the NanoPro added, and definitely getting some of the blight with in the standard plot. And then here's one more replication where the standard plot's getting pretty decimated, and on the right we're still good and growing. So that NanoPro just really helps the products stick. One thing I would mention with we have the foliar nano sheet, kind of technical sheet available. And remember that part of what the nanoparticle is doing is helping the products adhere to the surface of the leaf. They're sticking and wedging in between plant cells, creating temporary nano cavities so that that product is getting into the leaf better. Part of it is the nano shield carrying it in. Part of it is that physical nature, and that's why we see even with contact fungicides like this and contact action products, we still see that the nanotechnology is vastly helping. Okay, this final story is really exciting. It's just been in the last few days that we've been sorting through this data from Texas A&M. And these photos are brought to you by Tracy Carrillo down there in that area. This is a defoliant combination for cotton. This is used so that the leaves don't stain the cotton. It reduces the amount of trash going into the picking. It allows for faster picking, quicker drying of the dew so they can get it in harvest, and can reduce the boll rot, and a number of different things on cotton, why they spray this defoliant before they harvest. So there's 2 products in the blend. Let's see if I can say it, Fidiazeron and Folex there. And then we have the same blend plus NanoPro. You can't see a lot in these photos. Just wanted to show you a little picture of what it kind of looks like. So what we saw, we did a 50% application rate and 100% application rate. Across the board where we had NanoPro added, we did get an increase in defoliation of the cotton. We also had a non-irrigated field and an irrigated field. This is the non-irrigated field, and what we saw was up to 20% more defoliation where we had NanoPro added. The products here are related to plant hormones. They have similar action, and our nanotechnology just works really well with these. So we're excited by this. Not surprised because we know it works great. What's really cool about this is where we reduced the rate by half and added NanoPro, we got a statistically similar control rate at half the rate. And so that could really equate to a cost savings and a reduction in the amount of product that you need to get the same amount of defoliation in a situation like this. And again, in the irrigated field, a similar pattern, up to 20% more defoliation. And when the rate was cut back, we could get a similar control to the 100% rate. Also with regrow, this happens after the defoliation, we got up to 25% less regrowth after that when we added NanoPro. So it's the relationship looks opposite, but we have a similar pattern here. So that's really exciting. And then just a quick summary, and then we'll just open it up for questions.
Will you just quote when she's done?
Oh, Clark, did you have something?
Nope, we're good. Just go ahead.
Okay. All right. So in summary, you can really blend NanoPro with any product. The NanoShield is protecting the molecules, and it's also sort of creating a route between plant cells so that the product gets in where it needs to be to create the desired effect. You also see this improved chemical efficacy, and it ranges from 10 to 25%. And we really see that across the board. That's basically what you can expect with NanoPro. And NanoPro also allows for reduced application rates and cost savings in many, many cases. So it's a really exciting product, and I think just spread the word. It's great.